today's video, and in today's video, I'll be discussing how Democrats can win in 2024 without the Rust Belt at all. As you can see, Republicans would win very narrowly, 280 to 258. I labeled 2020. Democrats now would need to do well in some states. They would still need to win Arizona. I think they're definitely favored to win Arizona. But they'll still need to put in the work there. They can't completely ignore it. And if the GOP runs a well enough candidate, and if Democrats completely ignore Arizona, there's still a really good chance it's going red. It's not at all a safe blue state. People shouldn't act like it is. It's still a competitive state. I think in 4 years it'll probably be more like Nevada, where it's competitive, but we all kind of like it's in that general area. It's not really shifting any way or any direction. We all know how it's going to vote. But anyways, also, Georgia, they would need to do very well in the state of Georgia. I don't see them winning by more than 2%, or, yeah, probably around 2%. That's, like, the best-case scenario for them. So they need to do very well in Georgia. But the final state, and this could kind of be talking about as well, how they could flip it, is the state of North Carolina. This is a target state that I think they absolutely have to win if they're going to win without the Rust Belt, which is what this video is about. As you can see, that it very nearly puts them over the edge, and we've seen Democrats win here. Their governor, Roy Cooper, won here in 2020, and I'm just going to be taking a look at exit polls, seeing what he did differently from Joe Biden. So first off, the vote shares for each group. First off, relatively similar vote shares. I could only find the 2019 numbers for the black voters. I was able to find 2018 numbers for every race. However, that was a bit off from the black and African American vote. So it's a little different, but we're just going to use 23% for that, and then I think the white vote went down probably by about 2%. So we're going to take a look at that. So first off, Roy Cooper did as well among black voters as Joe Biden did. Very strong showing for him. Obviously very strong. He did a little bit better among white voters, which obviously you need. And I say this competitive 3% better among white voters can make or break the campaign, as white voters are very important. He also did better among Latino voters, which is very important. Not only did he obviously did like 2% better, which is important, but his opponent got way less of the Latino vote, and I think that is a very, very important factor in this. We look at other racial/ethnic groups about the same. His opponent got 1% less, and that's really what they need to do. And I think that Democrats in North Carolina, that's the thing though, and not only across North Carolina, or not only in North Carolina, but across the entire South, obviously they do very well among black voters, but they do awful among white voters. I believe the presidential election, I believe it was 58-40 was the split for white voters. They obviously split for the GOP. But in this election, or at least in the South, it was more like 70-30. And I think that if Democrats can win the black, or not win the black vote, win the, or not even win the white vote, lose the white vote by, or do better among, I guess, the white vote, I should say, they can win North Carolina. I don't have a doubt in my mind that Democrats, if they're able to do better among the white vote, can win North Carolina. But considering that they also have increased support throughout the suburbs of, honestly, the entire nation, and suburbs in the nation are shifting to the left, and that they are gradually, slowly but surely doing better among voters in Charlotte and rural urban areas. I think that if they were to keep that up, and they were to be able to make major inroads with white rural voters, there's room to grow, obviously, for the GOP among white rural voters, but not a whole lot of it. And if the Democrats can do better, they don't even need to win 30-40% of the vote among white rural voters. They just need to make it not absurdly large margins for the GOP, because if we go, or not only white rural voters, I'm just talking white rural voters, because obviously a lot of these voters are rural. We go take a look at these votes. Among the rural vote, obviously Roy Cooper did better. But if we go look at the urban vote, he also did better. So the thing is, at the end of the day, he's not doing that much better than Joe Biden in a lot of these states, in a lot of these areas. But he's doing better to the point where it's more similar to what we're seeing on the national level. And if Democrats can do whatever they're doing on the national level, if they can do whatever they're doing in Democratic strongholds, if they can do what they're doing in California, Illinois, New York, Washington, if they can do that, and North Carolina, or I say that, a lot of these states have white populations that are pretty liberal, but if they can just do a little bit better among that white vote, they can almost, and I want to say a little bit, if they can do as well with the white vote as they are on the national level in most states, then they can almost certainly win the state of North Carolina. And I think that if they were to have more white support, they would be winning Michigan, Pennsylvania, and maybe Wisconsin. So I think that they would not. I think that if they were to win North Carolina, they would still be carrying these three. But just how they could win if they were to lose those three, somehow, if something were to happen, they could. I think honestly, if they were able to, especially in the 2022 midterms, that could really do it for them. If they could just do better among those, they don't even need to win. They just need to make it a very competitive race, which is looking like it's going to be. If they can do better among white voters in the state of North Carolina and do better among urban voters, then they're almost, I don't want to say assured of victory, but they have a very, very good chance at winning. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my next video, whenever that may be. And I will see you guys there. Sorry about the short video today, guys. Bye.